It's been over 60 years with the Kennedy half-dollar on the table. And with the pulling of the Lincoln, will that change with other denominations? I don't know. We'll soon find out as time passes. But when you ask the average individual, what were the half-dollars of the 20th century, we usually jump right into the Walking Liberty half-dollar, the Franklin, and then the 60-year-old Kennedy. We forget the coin that started the last century, the Barber series. It was the last of its kind in reference to design type. Well, the good news is we got that Bonanza back, but it's bigger and better than ever. Let's have some fun. So before the Walking Liberty half-dollar, we had the Barber half-dollar. And like the Morgan dollar, named after George T. Morgan, the designer of the coin, it only falls in that the Barber or Liberty half-dollar was known as the Barber because the designer of the coin being Barber himself at the U.S. Mint. Now at this time in history, however, different than what we saw in 1916 with the American coin renaissance, where we had a Mercury dime, a Standing Liberty quarter, and a Walking Liberty half-dollar, all three of them different designs. Again, President Theodore Roosevelt's wishes. All throughout the 1800s, everything was the same. And it was probably because of the fact of information flow, to keep the American public informed of what we're doing. And is it real or not? So we started with the U.S. Mint making the Bust series in the early 1800s. We then moved to the Seated Liberty series in the middle of the 1800s. And to close out the 1800s and the first decade or so of the 1900s, we had the Barber series, where all the different denominations were the same design. So for the Barber, it was the dime, it was the quarter, and it was the half-dollar, this being the largest of the three. So now let's talk about this special deal we have tonight, because they've been going through the shots, showing you lots of good stuff. Look at the price per coin first. We're not lying. $19.95 each. Now, these coins are above average circulated coins. These are just random coins we pulled from the group we purchased. So you can see all the dates, all the In God We Trust, etc., and the reverse. Even though the reverses are notorious for heavy wear around the outside edge, we kicked all of those out. It's almost like a Barber Plus look and feel. This deal is even sweeter tonight because we show you across the top where there is no mint mark, Philadelphia, and then we show you the O and the S. Tonight, in this grouping we have available, we're adding in Denver. There were 4 different U.S. mints that struck the Barber half-dollar, and tonight, if you buy 4, my people in fulfillment will know it means 4 different, i.e. one of each mint mark, which will be different, obviously, right? So you get a P, a D, an O, and an S. So if you buy 4, that's what you'll get. Now tonight, the total number different. If you add them up and look at it, it's pushing towards 20, and it's probably not out of reach, but I'm very comfortable saying there'll be 15 different dates and or mint marks in this grouping we pulled in. Gorgeous coins. Just to give you an idea how the scrutiny is on these coins, again, Collector Plus is how we call it, the coins we would want to own. This deal started out as 900 coins. 900. When we got done going through them and all the coins that get kicked out, we were under 400. Actually, give or take 350 coins make the grade like the ones you're seeing on your screen right now. And again, the obverse being a nice looking circulated coin, homogeneous with the reverse, but the reverse, for those of you that know the Barber series, know that the bigger the coin, the heavier the wear around the outside edge, and those are the ones that were kicked out in this process. Look at the price again. We're at $19.95 for a turn of the century, over 100-year-old U.S. 90% silver half-dollar. I mean, since this coin was issued, we had the Walking Liberty, we had the Franklin half-dollar, and we had the Kennedy for the last 60 years. We're in 2025, right? We're over 100 years out. The last Barber was made in 1915. Good I'll rephrase that for everybody again. So if you're working with us tonight and you buy 5, your 5 will be 4 different mint marks, right? A P, a D, an O, and an S, and then another coin, the 5th coin, will be different. If you buy 4, it will get you a mint mark collection. And if you go from there, it'll just be all the way up to 15 different coins tonight, maybe pushing close to 20. We're going to do our best. We want to make you happy. I love this series. It's a fun series to collect. It is a difficult series to collect for quality because the reverse is so heavily worn just in how the design is put together. But tonight, again, we kick those out tonight. Again, gorgeous pieces. 1P, 1D, 1O, 1S. If you buy 4, you're going to get the mint mark collection. Hope that makes it a little bit easier. A couple people called in and wanted to clarify it with the operators, and they talked to me during the show. For the most part, I just have to listen, haha. But that one's an easy one. So again, the turn of the century, United States, 90% silver half dollar. It's known as the Barber. The largest of the 3 different designs, the dime, the quarter, and the half dollar. It's named after the designer, right? And like we had the Morgan Dollar series named after the Morgan, right? It's all kind of in flow for how the coins get nicknamed over time, considering the fact that they were all renditions of Liberty or the American Eagle. As you can see on the back of all of our half dollars, we have the eagle. This is just a different rendition with the shield being across its chest. Slightly different than that what we saw with the Seated Liberty series where the shield was with Lady Liberty on the front. All gorgeous stuff. So again, 1995 for a 90% silver, 100 plus year old, gorgeous circulated plus Barber half dollar. My competition, yeah, they're between $55 and $76 a coin. And those are just the ones we're showing you on the screen. Obviously, as you get more and more of them, the value that they reference is even higher. Our price tonight, whether you buy 1 or whether you buy 15, is $19.95. That's a crazy price for silver today, with silver driving, as many of you might have seen the last week or so. Guys, give me a 30-second clock, please. So the deal tonight is if you buy 4, we will give you what they call a mint mark collection. As the graphic says, a P, a D, an O for New Orleans, and an S for San Francisco. If you're buying just quantity, you'll get it with the first 4, but we'll get you up to 15 different coins, maybe pushing as far as 20. Again, we're going to do our best to try. 15 I'm really comfortable with. The real deal is the price. Our price, the AVC way, is, well, tonight special. $19.95, where our competition's between $55 and $76. That's why we call this segment the Daily Deal.